Hi, my name is Charlotte. Today I'm going to be making Nadiya Hussain's baklava from her show Nadiya's Time to Eat. So I'll go over the ingredients first. We have here some golden syrup, sugar, cardamom, ground cardamom, salt, cocoa powder, honey from Greece, and some almonds that I've grounded in the food processor. You can use any mixed nuts that you want, and some orange blossom water, 2 sheets of phyllo dough, and some orange that we're gonna zest and juice. So I'm going to prepare the filling first. So to this ground almonds, adding the golden syrup, and some salt, and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and zest of 1 lemon. I'm gonna get much as possible because I love any kind of citrus with chocolate flavor. I bought this microplane in yellow or orange just because it looks so good with citrus. Color matching matters to me in my kitchen. Okay. The recipe called for only zest of 1 orange, but I'm going to do 1 more just because I love anything citrus. You know, why not? These oranges have to be used anyway. Probably should have used a bigger bowl. Okay, so I don't see too much of the dry bits anymore. So I think this is good. So now I'm going to move on to prepping the phyllo, the mess I've made. So now for the fun part, I'm going to cut the phyllo dough to match my pan. Oh, I've never done this before, so I've actually never cooked with phyllo dough before, so this is new for me. Oh, interesting. Actually, I don't think I'll have to cut it at all. Yay! Perfect! I don't have to cut it. Thank you, USA Pan 13 by 9. Oops, I forgot to introduce in the ingredients, but I have almost 2 sticks of butter that I melted. So I have here my pastry brush. Then basically, I think you just butter, put on a layer, butter, put on a layer, continue. So here goes. My butter is not completely cold, but it's pretty cooled. So I'm gonna start with this layer, the sides well. So delicate. Oh no! It's okay. It's okay if it breaks. It's like silk or the thinnest chiffon. Okay, butter. Ooh. I'm gonna do this method. Okay. Okay. Did it work? Kind of. This is so delicate. Yeah. It's quite therapeutic. It's a lot of butter, but that's why it's good. Dang, there's so much more. Oh my goodness, there's like 20 total sheets. So I just put in the last sheet of my first layer. I'm gonna press it down before buttering it. Also, I knew that I was gonna run out of butter, so I started melting another half stick of butter. I'm not gonna melt it fully because I don't want it to be so hot that it'll cook anything. Well, I don't know how phyllo dough works, but so I left it in there so it slowly melts. Maybe I'm using too much butter. Maybe it could just be lightly brushed. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to add this mixture that we made. Okay, press it down. Okay, I think that's good. So my filling is in. And then I'm gonna do a whole nother process of buttering, putting the layer with another roll of phyllo dough. So yeah, so that's it. Another roll of phyllo dough. Here we go. I'm a little worried because my phyllo dough looks a little wet, but let's see how it turns out. So the most memorable baklava I've had in my life was in Nazareth. I was traveling and then I found this beautiful dessert place. And it was owned by a female owner. And I was wearing yoga pants at the time and she noticed it and she asked me, oh, do you work out? And I was like, oh yeah, I do. And she was asking me like, oh, what do you do? Do you do squats? And I'm like, yeah, I do squats. But it was just the way that she asked me, it was so sweet. And I don't know, I just remember that dessert place very clearly. I want to visit again one day. So this is basically like, I don't know, like 20 sheets. It's repetitive, but actually this is quite therapeutic, I must say. Brush and repeat, brush and repeat. Hey, I'm getting better. Of course, the last one breaks. Okay, now all this leftover butter, I'm gonna pour it all over. Brush it first and then pour it all over. Before putting in the oven, we have to cut them because basically you can't cut them when they're cooked. So I don't know, should I do a diamond or just squares? Nadiya did the squares and it looked pretty delicious, so I'm gonna go with that. So maybe like third. Just gonna mark it first. So we get like 12 pieces. This is ready to go in the oven. So it's going to bake at 320 oven for the first 20 minutes, and then we're gonna reduce the heat to about 170 and cook it for another 45 minutes. So in it goes. Wish me luck. So while the baklava is in the oven, we're gonna make the syrup to drizzle on top of the baklava. So here we have the orange that we zested earlier. I'm going to juice it. Oh, okay. Orange juice, some sugar, lots of sugar. I'm adding 50 grams of honey. This is actually from Greece. Thank you, Jeannie. Three tablespoons of this orange blossom water. 3 tablespoons of this orange blossom water. From Lebanon. Okay, I've never used this, so I'm super curious what this smells like. You know how I always smell things first? I think I could put a clip of that. Wow, I didn't expect that. But it kind of also smells like really nice soap. Smells like expensive soap. So 3 tablespoons of this goes in. Nadiya crushed the cardamom pods, but I don't have cardamom pods. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of maybe like 1/4 of a teaspoon of cardamom grounded. I'm just gonna eyeball it because it is pretty strong. So I'm going to cook this until it boils, and then I'm going to simmer it for 10 minutes. Bubbling up. So now I'm going to reduce the heat and simmer for another 10 minutes until it becomes syrupy. It smells like a perfumery in here. Okay. Okay guys, I made a mistake. While I was making the syrup, I realized the soap smell from the orange blossom water was so strong. And I'm like, oh wait. I realized the orange blossom water, that soap scent was so strong. And I don't know, it just felt weird. So I looked at the recipe. Instead of 3 tablespoons, you're supposed to put 3 teaspoons. So I don't think I could use that. That's such a really pungent, like soap scent. So I'm gonna remake it. Thankfully, I have extra oranges that I bought, so I'm gonna go through the whole process again. But I'm going to use maybe just 1 teaspoon because this thing is like pretty strong. Yeah, even 3 teaspoons, if I put all of it, I think it's going to taste like I'm eating soap. So just only 1 teaspoon for now. Okay. Okay, here we go again. Stir it well until it melts. I'm putting the orange blossom water, just like a teaspoon. This one is the failed syrup. For the second time, it's come to a boil, so I'm going to reduce the heat and then simmer for another 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been 45 minutes. Let's take it out of the oven. Oof. Look at that. So now I have to pour the syrup all over the baklava. So here it goes. So while it's hot, I've chopped some of these pistachios. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit on top. So now we wait until it's completely cooled. Now it's time for taste test. I am excited. Which guy should I go with? This one. Ooh, it's quite crispy. Let me lift it from the side. I don't want it to stick to the pan. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Okay, there is a little stickage in the bottom, but you know, it's okay. Happens. So Nadiya suggested clotted cream to eat this with. I've never had clotted cream, so I'm pretty excited. Okay, I've never been to England, so I've never tried clotted cream, so let's try. Delicious. Right, I'm gonna try just the clotted cream. So that's what clotted cream tastes like. It's like a thick cream. It's really good. The only thing is, I think my almonds were a little bit old, so it has that a little bit of old almond taste. But other than that, the hint of orange really works well. And also like that slight scent from the orange blossom water really makes a difference. It's like telling you, ooh, I'm different, but it's not like overpoweringly like strong. The chocolate is not, I thought this would be very chocolatey, but not so much. Just enough to give it depth to the sweetness. Fantastic. I think next time I would use fresher almonds. It would be good to mix up the nuts a bit to give it a little bit more interesting flavors in there. But you know what? It's not really crispy. The layers worked. I didn't mess up the orange blossom water. It doesn't taste like soap. This is really good. And this was also very therapeutic to make. So I would say this is therapy in a little dessert form. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, Nadiya, for this recipe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.